Well, welcome back, everyone, to video number two, and we're going to talk about where you just ended up. Mary?
Now, we've just gone through video one where you logged in and you came to this exact page. It's going to have your name here. It's going to have your daily checklist. It's going to have a video here for you to look at Nowsite's version of this video, but we're going to take you through. You will have more prospects over here in this line. The date up here is going to be the range where your account refreshes. So make sure that you're understanding what your billing date is, because that's how you will receive your unlimited prospects or your limited prospects for whichever account you picked. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to edit my search criteria. I'm going to take out with what I already had, even though I'm going to replace it with the exact same thing. So when you're looking for your perfect person, now think of your ideal client in this instance. Do you want them in a certain city, in a certain state, or in a certain country? Because this prospecting tool does work around the world. So if you want to market in another country, this is your ideal tool. But most of us want to market in our own backyard. So you can break it down to your city. Now, if you're in a tiny little city like West University here in Texas, that's about 7 square miles. But if you wanted to market Houston, you need a sack lunch to drive across Houston. If you want to market the state, well, then you understand you're going to take dinners and lunches. All right, so you can also search United States. Now, please let the drop-down box, even though you spelled it correctly, please let the drop-down box fill in with what you're looking for. So in this case, we're going to use prospecting for a multi-level marketing business that's a marketer. Okay, so I'm going to start typing in multi and then level, and the drop-down will come up. So you can have multi-level marketing, communication, security, modeling, and communications and governance. So I'm going to go to multi-level marketing. And for gender, I really don't care if I'm talking to a male or a female. Now, if you're in a Mary Kay business or a women-only business, maybe you only do want to talk to females, and that's okay. You can select that. You can also add this to any one of your lists, and we will get into list building in another video. Okay, you can also drop it down, and for example, if you're looking for somebody in a particular company with a particular job title or in a particular industry, you can now come in and target specifically those cases. So if you're a real estate agent and you know that a big corporation is moving into your area, you can target that corporation from where their home base is right now and get those people before they move to town. So all sorts of different ideas, and we'll go through more ideas as we go through this series, but you can target down. Now, the more things that you fill in these boxes, the less the information is that you're going to be able to pull from Nowsite. Also understand that if you pull a prospect from Nowsite doing SalesFlow and you don't do anything with it, only 9 other people in Nowsite will get that person in a calendar year. So they could be marketing them for marketing. They could be selling insurance. They could be selling real estate. They're not all in your industry. Okay, so we're going to launch SalesFlow. And when we launch the SalesFlow, the target prospecting is saved. And we have Claudio, she's in New York. We're going to, if you want to view the contact, okay, so Claudio is a male, Deer Park, New York. We have his industry. We have his hobbies and his interests. But we also have an email address, a phone number, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And we can also see where is he in a business. He's in an HR department. talent and acquisitions. Okay, so he's going to deal with a lot of different companies merging in and out together. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch SalesFlow. Yes, we have his email address here, but we're going to click next. The preferred method is to connect with LinkedIn. And the reason why you want to connect on LinkedIn is because there's only one message path on LinkedIn. Whether you do it on Facebook Messenger, they may or may not see it for a week or two. But if they're looking on their LinkedIn account, which, as Steve will tell us, was the original resume place for job hunters to go find you. Okay, so there's a lot of information that you're going to find out history-wise with us as well. And I don't want to send him an email because it's just going to probably end up in his spam folder. And that's not going to do us any good. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn. We have all sorts of different messages back here. You have Nowsite messages, you have your messages. You can customize your library over here. You can do it in different languages, French, German, English, or Spanish, so that you have a flexibility over here. But we're going to keep it simple. We're going to close out of this, so we're going to go back over here. I'm going to typically introduce a product. Okay, when I introduce a product to them, I'm introducing them to Nowsite. They're multi-level marketers. They need a way to duplicate themselves. A couple of little tidbits in here I'm going to throw into you so that you can also do merge tags. Okay, so if you really want to get fancy and customize this to somebody, you can add the prospect's first name into this, and it will put their first name in it. Okay, if you also want to add their full name, your full name, or I'm sorry, your first name, the date, or your Nowsite affiliate, and this is already my Nowsite affiliate link. Okay, so I'm not going to re-add that to it. Okay, you can add attachments, you can add videos, you can add a web page. There's an endless number of ways that you can add attachments to this. Okay. Excuse me. You can also book this as one of your favorites. So it comes up every time you have the multi-level marketing or whichever marketing tab that you had picked on the first page. You have over 3,000 characters that you can type in this message. So understand, look at your message count as well. If you want to write them a book, you're more than welcome to write them a book. We don't recommend writing a book. The shorter the possible is the better to get a response back. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to click the send button. This is going to be a pop-up that comes up every time you use LinkedIn, just to remind you to go to the more button or to the connect button and add a note. You don't have to have a premium account with LinkedIn in order to do this. Okay, so your free account is fine. It's going to open up in LinkedIn. It's going to give me a follow, a message, or a more. I'm going to click on the more in this case, and I'm going to click on connect. I'm going to add the note. Now, believe it or not, when you clicked onto next with LinkedIn, it is already copied to your clipboard. It's seamless, endless, and you don't see that you've already copied it, but you have. And now I can just simply hit send. The message is gone. I come back over here into the Nowsite area. Did I successfully send my message? Yes, I did. Now, here's where it gets super fun. You want to book a follow-up appointment with them? If you're doing 5 or 6 a day, that's okay. If you're going to do 50 a day or 50 in a week, you don't want all your appointments backing up on you. So the way I approach this now is when they contact me back, I will then add them to my follow-up calendar. Okay. So, but with this, you have the time a week from today, and you can say what you were doing, introduced a product. You can add yourself a note down here so that you can see what you had sent them, because in a week from today, you may have forgotten what you sent this person. Okay. Now I want to go back over the top for just a second. In order to do this, you need to know who you're going to talk to. You need to know how you're going to talk to them, which was LinkedIn. You need to know what you're going to say to them, and you know when you need to follow up. Okay. So those are our 4 steps that we just went over in the SalesFlow process, and we did it fairly quickly. So down here, I'm going to say, nah, skip it, because I'll let them reply back to me. Okay. You are going to get a cute message here, and you're going to get a cute, what we call a Justin dad joke down here. Every one of them is going to be different. I hope you enjoy the fun jokes, because that's what they're meant for, is to have you have some fun while you're doing your SalesFlow process. So with that being said, you've completed your first prospect in the SalesFlow system. Steve, do you want to add anything to that?
No, very well done, Mary. I mean, practice makes perfect. We go, so go in there and just go prospect away. Also, a reminder, you need to download the app for Nowsite as well, either from the Play Store or the iTunes Store on Apple products. And because you can easily do what we just did here on the app. Once you've set up the criteria and everything else in SalesFlow, it transfers over to the app.
Now, when you want to edit your message, you must do it from the desktop. You cannot edit from the app. So the app's not designed to edit. The app is to mean that you can be on the beach, or you can be in a high rise, you could be on vacation, you could be waiting for kids after school, and you can do your SalesFlow from your phone. That simple.
Perfect. Okay, now we're going to stop this video and we'll meet you on video number 3.